Good morning. Good morning, people, fellow humans, as we say. Today is Monday, June 10th, 2024. Here we are in wonderful Pahrump or Pahrump-Tucky. You choose. It's about 6 o'clock in the morning. My name is Edward Bevilacqua, and here we are to help you on your journey through life. Good morning, Watabevi. Me and Lucy are watching on the TV. You see, yeah, okay, I can see you in there. Hello, Lucy. How's Lucy doing? How was her weekend? How was Lucy's weekend out of Petersburg? And what time are you heading back? And how was the event yesterday? Just frothing up my oleato without oat milk or whatever they put in it. This is my coffee and olive oil. Good morning, Undersergeant. And she loves Cleavone. Let's see, it's been a great weekend with us. Did you say it's been great to have family together to celebrate? Yes. Alternate voice, good morning, Watabevi, and she loves Cleavone. Hi, Matt. Field Marshal. Well, is he a field marshal? Is he going to go out into the field be at Pratt, or is he going to be back at the barracks, back at the outpost? Okay, anyway, here we are, Department of Career Services, where our goal is to help you on your journey through life. And how do we do it? How do we do it, Johnny? Well, mainly through the worksheet that's attached. He's a field marshal. Oh, that's a good one. Good one. That got me. Gotcha, sucker. Who said that? I think it was Kip Ramsey, right? Okay. Mainly it is through the worksheet which is attached. However, practically speaking, it is creating the daily routine of this coming to this podcast. Doesn't matter what time you do it. Few people, only a couple people do it live, or I should say, do the comments live. We always see people jumping on. Few people do it live, but people watch throughout the day, and the creating the routine is the important thing. The repetition, becoming routine, becoming a habit. And our goal is simply to replace habits with better habits. Replace habits with better habits. I have something that's Lucy's. Bonk. This is Lucy's. I think it's the tassel or the thing from her tassel on graduation. I think that's what it is. So I have that here for Lucy. And I have this. Bonk. On my desk. Okay. Anyway, that is the value of this. Today's meme, or the subject of today's talk, is: what is crisis leadership? What is crisis leadership? But let's get into the worksheet. Let's see. When you get into a pickle, say your name, wait for it. Okay, director, wait for it. Just wait for it. Wait for it. Just calm down and wait. Or you got yourself into this mess. Let me help you get out. Say that to yourself. Surprisingly, it helps your brain. If you hear yourself saying, you got yourself into this, let me help you get out, as opposed to leaving it, oh no, we're going to die. No, let me help you out of it. What if you stepped out of your comfort zone? Play the outer limits music at that point. Planning, it's simple. Say something great going to happen to me today, as an incantation, as Tony Robbins would say. It's an incantation, not an affirmation. It's something you have to believe. Always look on the bright side. Music from Monty Python, Life of Brian. Seek uncomfort. There's a video there. Seek discomfort. I'll have to go back. I don't remember what that is, but it says October 2023. From an 80-year-old. Whistle. I'm wondering, can Wadapevi still warble? Can she still do that? Or once she hit 21, that thing disappeared. Yes, she can. Okay. She can warble. Next. Something great's going to happen to me. Seek uncomfort. Advice from an 80-year-old. Whistle. What are your 3 simple goals for today? 6 important things to get done. State pen practical exercise. And then we get down to it. Today is Nancy Kane, professor at Harvard Business School, who's taken a big interest since probably 2014, maybe 2015, could have been 2012, especially for the women in our program who have gone through their dark night of the soul. Talking about crisis leadership. So this week, week 4, this is the end of our 4-week program. Week 4, we have been building. Week 1, introduction and orientation. Life is a voyage. Life is a voyage. Lucy is my witness. Life is a voyage. This life is a one-time voyage. And what you want to do is have the most eventful, memorable, remarkable voyage possible. And so you got to build your own vessel. You have to build the boat. For that, you have to get a crew on the boat. You have to get people to help you. The boat has to be big enough. The bigger the boat, the more adventure you can have. But the bigger the boat, the bigger crew. So you need to be able to have attract, manage a good crew. Week 3 is how do you get the crew. Week 4 is how do you not crash the boat. How do you now the journey has started, and on the journey there are going to be highs and lows. So we start this week with crisis leadership when everything has gone bad. What do you need to do? From Nancy Kane. Tomorrow we go to the opposite end of the spectrum. We go to Marcus Aurelius and Stoicism, where it is perfect leadership. Blue skies, great seas, calm seas and blue skies. Nice wind, full steam ahead, a lot of dolphins swimming along, really great. Perfect leadership, pure leadership. And then starting Wednesday, everything in between, practical leadership. So we'll look at St. Ignatius of Loyola on practical leadership. Today we're on crisis leadership. Everything has gone bad. And Nancy Kane has about 10 rules for that, one of which is to consider life as your classroom. You learn from life, and she uses 2 big examples in her thing, Abraham Lincoln and who the other person Nancy Kane talks about. If you said Ernest Shackleton, you would be correct. 2 great examples of crisis leadership. What was the crisis that Lincoln, Mr. President Lincoln, as Lucy would say, Lincoln, the Union was falling apart, and he was probably the best guy to be there when it happened, because he was driven by this little engine that knew no rest. And he was committed to making his life have meaning, not to die, correct, not to die having had no meaning in his life. But then more important than that, more urgent, was he didn't want to go down as the president, the guy who was president when the union collapsed, when the experiment failed. So he really worked overtime, pushing himself to the limit, doing new things that other people had not done before, because he, as he said, he was down to his last jack. He had no more cards to play. So what does that mean, Matt, in English? What does that Latin mean? So Lincoln was pushed to it for the whole country, didn't really have support when he started. He won because he was in a four-way race. The other side got split between three people. He became the winner. And so that shows you that even the most unlikely people can have the biggest results. Oh, Confederate motto. What does it mean? Next, Ernest Shackleton. A guy that had extreme confidence, where Lincoln had a level of confidence in himself, but recognized he was kind of a country bumpkin, always had something to prove. Shackleton had things to prove, but he was a world-class explorer. And he did his trip, and his hubris, possibly ego, got in the way, as the experts were telling him, it's too early. Don't go now. Your boat's going to get stuck in the ice. And he believed that for whatever reason, he went anyway. Maybe it was the start of World War I. If I don't go now, I'm not going to be able to go. They're going to call us back. The world isn't going to care, etc. Aha, God is our defender. Okay, so Shackleton went. They were right. Now he was on a rescue mission instead of an exploration mission. Instead of walking across the Antarctic, his job was now to get everybody back alive, which he did. A lot of just incredible things on that journey. And Nancy Kane breaks it down. What are the lessons we learned from Lincoln? What are the lessons we learned from Shackleton that we can apply to our lives? And this is something that she talks about at Harvard Business School. We are lucky enough to be able to do it here. All you have to do is watch the videos, take notes, learn, absorb, etc. Let's see, did Lucy have any boo-bangies for breakfast? What did you people have for breakfast? As Lucy might say, breakfast. Boom, bong. I'm going to be looking at other things. She laughed. She laughed for breakfast and said, no boo-bangies. No boo-bangies for breakfast. We're going to Barchucks. Oh, okay, good. Well, we have coupons. I had a boo-bangy. Good. So boo-bangy is what they call bananas in French on Zeta. Okay. And yeah, all right. Oatmeal. Okay. Next, let's see. What does Seth Godin have to say? Seth Godin, after the emergency. If we need to wait until after the short-term emergency is settled, it's unlikely we're ever going to get to work on the long-term important work. Of course, we want to do everything we can when an emergency strikes, but the standard for that has always involved trade-offs. Perhaps we should resist trading the important work for the urgent distraction of right now. As Lucy might say, If we resist trading the important work for the urgent distraction, that means let somebody else handle the emergency, or just let the emergency run its course. So once again, if we need to wait until after the short-term emergency is settled, it's unlikely we're ever going to get to work on the long-term important work. Why? Because there's always an emergency. Of course, we want to do everything we can when an emergency strikes, but the standard for that has always involved trade-offs. Okay, cool. So we're going to wrap this up. Want to say, yesterday, Matt and I saw Maria, right, Matt? Maticus von Atticus. We saw Maria. She went with us out to Pratt, to the Company of Joan of Arc, Company of Joan Housing. And how was Maria? More settled, right? Right, Matt? She was not, but that was weird. My screen went black. She was not extreme like she was. She was actually in church at New Hope. Chaplain Wade took she, me, and Claudia to lunch. He took us to lunch. She had been a chaplain before me in the jail, so he knew her. Claudia didn't know her, but he knew her. And let's see what else. Oh yeah, then I brought her back here to Rain Man because she left a Bible, which she found, and she was so happy about that. What else? Yeah, then we went out to Pratt, out to the Company of Joan. Think of a name for Pratt. We went out there, and then we had cones. We had ice cream cones at Seymour's, and then we called it a day. Then I came back and had studying to do, but we're at 17 minutes in. We're going to wrap this up. Proud of you, Lucy. Hope all is well. Interested to learn about these fMRI machines and what you're learning and seeing. And maybe one day you can ask people what to pray in them and see how their brain waves change, or how their neural activity changes when they are thinking about God. And I will just wrap this up by saying soterology, the new soterology, the current soterology is heading down the thing, getting away from the learning, study the Bible every day, hope the Holy Spirit indwells in you and helps you get enlightenment into the Bible. That is being replaced by create a relationship with Jesus. So we get rid of the Bible and we meditate on Jesus, and we have find a Bible quote, and we contemplate it. There's an exercise to go through, imaginative prayer. You can do a chat GPT, describe imaginative prayer. A good thing came out for me yesterday when I did it, because I sent it to someone in jail, a woman in jail in Clark County. Imaginative prayer versus reading the Bible, hoping the Holy Spirit is going to tell you what it means, absent any other knowledge, context, history, etc. So taking it from God as an idea, or Jesus as an idea, which is an intellectual exercise of reading the Bible and clicking all of this stuff to, oh yeah, wow, the number 3 over there, the number 3 here, golly gee, he said light over here, and then over there it said light. And saying it's this mystery, wonderful thing, going from an idea to a relationship. You don't need the Bible to have a relationship, but you do need to know who the historical Jesus was. So with that, off of soapbox and home, boom, woo. Okay, and goodbye, Lucy. Proud of you. And cut.